Good evening, everybody. I am your host, Love Coach Scott Thomas, and welcome to the Saturday night edition of The Awakening World. So come join the Global Peace Tribe. And you get to meet wonderful new people like Maureen. Jennifer, tell us about this wonderful woman that you know.
Well, Maureen and I, we actually knew each other from Awake TV. Wasn't that how we originally connected, Maureen?
That's correct.
Oh my gosh, she's a beautiful soul. I don't know if people can still go find those wonderful shows that you used to do on Awake, but Maureen is just one of the most profound healers. You're in British Columbia. Is that where you are, Maureen?
That's correct. White Rock.
Yeah, she's in British Columbia. And yeah, you're just too busy for us at Home Heals. That's why we don't get to have you on, because she has a waiting list a mile long. And I always tell everybody that is my intention, for all of my healer friends, is that I intend you are all so busy that you don't even need Home Heals or any of that, that you have waiting lists, just like Maureen does, just to get to work with her. So Maureen, thank you for all the beauty, all the love and light that you bring to the world.
Oh, thank you. It's my great joy. And that's why I'm here. And I believe if I wasn't in my passion, being in my purpose, in that greater service, that I wouldn't be here, because that is what enlivens me. And it brings me so much fulfillment to help people wake up to their own gifts. And yes, we're just going to go vertical here. We're going to go vertical with a quantum experience here with inner resonance technologies, otherwise known as IRT. And there's nothing to know. There's nothing to experience in that sense through the body, because as Dr. Bruce Lipton tells us, we're all out of our minds, and our mind is in the field all around us. So IRT is a formula of questions that activates the part of you that knows that greater truth of who you truly are, and knows what's essential, what's no longer essential, and that can then clear the field, neutralize the patterns of information, energetic forms, so that's where we go beyond the mind and beyond the body's need to act anything out. So it is bringing everything together from all the beautiful techniques and modalities tonight. And once you've gone through just a simple experience of IRT, then you're able to just encapsulate all that, because this is like a super duper frag antiviral program for your supercomputer that we're all sitting in. And Dr. William Brown of the Resonance Academy, I've been associated with Resonance Science and Nassim Haramein since 07, officially as 09. I was in the very first class with Nassim in 09 down in California there in Joshua Tree. And to be able to sit in a room with 300, 400 people of like mind and understandings was actually really phenomenal, especially at any time, but especially back then. So that was really amazing. And I'm the author of a book called Your Magical Evolutionary Code Unleashed, The Science of Inner Resonance, blessed to be endorsed on the front cover by Dr. Bruce Lipton. And so it's just really, there's so many blessings, we just show up and people say, well, how did you create, how did you originate, IRT? And I said, well, just my middle name is, I just happened to be there and just followed my nose. And lily pad jumping is another term, you follow to, what is drawing your heart, and then you get a view of something or several things over here. And so that's how we go from moment to moment when we're present. And so IRT helps people wake up to the truth of who they are, and automatically and effortlessly clear everything that is no longer relevant, no longer necessary to drag forward, that's in informational patterns in your field. Because as William Brown teaches, and it's just such a profound teaching, this nugget, and I bumped into him and I said, William, am I telling people the right thing here? I don't want to be misrepresenting your science or telling lies to people. And because I'm not a scientist. And so he said, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. And so in William's world, the body has 100 trillion cells. Bruce Lipton talks about 50. I don't know. There's all these varying numbers. What's a few trillion between friends? So it's 100 trillion cells. I like that number. And of each tiny neuron in each tiny neuron in that trillion cellular system has 100,000 potential connections. Each one of those 100,000 potential connections of each neuron has 85 billion wormholes into other dimensional realities. So we're a rock and quantum supercomputer, like, oh my God. And we are infinite in nature. So we're sitting in an instant responder in a quantum limitless machine called the body, an experiencer of our consciousness. And in connection and in synergy and in partnership with and oneness with infinite consciousness. So what's the deal? Like, what's all the stuff in between? I call that static, and it's here to give us an experience. And as so many people have said, yes, we've come into to an experience, and the soul knows what we're choosing as an experience. And so what I also believe in this particular lifetime is that we are here to experience ourselves as our consciousness running the show into the physical realm. And in fact, the word human, Hugh, is another name for God. So we really truly are God man. It's just hiding in plain sight. And so we're here to integrate higher consciousness into this physical realm. And so this is our opportunity with IRT. Sometimes people will say, because it's so effortless and so fast, people have healed broken bones in 10 minutes doing this protocol. And people like Connie and Andrew Cameron Bailey, who are on the call in the background, you've met before, I'm sure, many times over. It's really wonderful. Miracles happen after miracles. However, it's just science. It's who we are. And once we have the formula and we have the access to that frequency, then you can embed it somewhere on your body and activate yourself on a daily basis to clear automatically and effortlessly all of the information in your field that's just interfering with you unnecessarily. So rather than be a bypass, it just clears out what's unnecessary so that you can be fully present for what is necessary, for what is important for you to experience and to understand and to engage with in clear, more efficient ways. So it plays well with others. It allows us to, once you've gone through this experience that I'll give you in just a moment, takes longer to talk about it than actually do it. And that way you'll have your magic activation switch. So before and after any other healing modalities, before and after everything that you do, before and after some people need to take medication for one reason or another, like Bruce Lipton teaches, we are not what we ingest. We are what the consciousness of the cell allows to be metabolized. And so there we are, with that ability to filter out any unwanted effects. So we're powerful beyond measure. And it's really fun to be able to play in the field and practice our mastery. And we're on a journey as well. However, going vertical is really awesome. And so many of you, all of you tonight, I really appreciate all of our resonance and the golden wisdom and the nuggets that we all contribute and have to share with others. And so here we are. Yes, we are immortal, George. Consciousness runs the body. So there is no program for death in the body. I'm going to be starting a program in springtime, planning for Easter. Actually, I'm not quite sure exactly the date yet, but it's the cosmic chrysalis, and it's activating our evolutionary codes into that greater place. And so in the meantime, there's a program coming up, but I'll put it in the chat in a moment. It's on my website, maureenedwardson.com, and it's in the column called who do you think you are? Are you only human? That expression, oh, I'm only human, sorry, you don't get to escape anymore. You have ability to respond and a responsibility to be your greatest self. So to be Michelangelo, when Michelangelo was asked, how did you create David? He was so incredible. Like, wow, that's beyond understanding. That's really remarkable, beyond remarkable. How did you do that? And he said, oh, David was already in the block of marble. All I did was chip away everything that was not him. So that's what IRT allows us to do, is to neutralize and to shift everything that's not the truth of who we are. And we are magnificent. We are spirit having a physical experience. And we know that in concept, but in practice and in reality, we're a little bit behind the 8 ball. So it's time, to wake up and shift it all. We're in the time of the great shift. We're in that precipice of the sixth world mass extinction. Oh my God. But I really believe that we have the blueprint of the butterfly within our human, within our physical body. So I'm an optimist. And I have great hope, and I see the miracles every day for people. Yes, I think Connie and Andrew put something in the chat about some of their experience. And my website has Andrew's testimonial on that page. So you can have a look at that at any time. So here we go. Are you ready to go for your magic carpet ride?
Yeah, what's our experience? Latest on our experience.
Bring it all together. Bring it all together into this beautiful spot of limitless potential, and all the wonderful experiences we've had are now about to be integrated and accessible to us at any time in that chemical signature that the brain recognizes through the associative conditions that we are all part of here tonight. So taking a breath and just breathing with awareness and remembering who we are. That's the breath of life, the breath of consciousness, the breath of unity, of oneness, of the all of everything that is. We're breathing in the recycled atmosphere, molecules of memory, as the scientists tell us, from the whole history of the planet. So physically, we are one by breathing all my relations. We are spirit, infinite in nature. So breathing with awareness of the greater truth of who you really are. An opportunity simultaneously to invite all of your spiritual team, all of your helpers in the unseen, all your supporters, all your cheerleaders, all your guides, saying yes and thank you, keeping it simple. They know who they are. And just breathing in our I am presence of our infinite selves. And so what does the body have to say about that? You know, our body is that miracle machine, but it's been dumbed down, it's been shut down, it's been switched off. It's been diminished in our conditioning and our experiences of pain and trauma. So let's just switch it back on. We have the power to activate it because we're sitting in the supercomputer. Guess what? It's voice activated. So to create a full receptivity of all our greatest programs that know exactly how to be instantly responding to infinite consciousness. Guess what? The words are switch on body or activate body. So I'm going to count to 3, and let's just have a chorus of that wherever we are into that great morphogenic field and activate our field collectively here now. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, switch on body.
Switch on body.
Yay! Great choir here. Thank you for being the voice of the collective. And so now we're at the command center, believe it or not. We are actually in charge, whether we know it or not. So, hey, we're not used to commanding. So the bridging language is I am choosing, because we are in a free will universe and we do have choice. So I am choosing, and if it's all right with you guys, we're just going to kind of be generalized for everyone's specific conditions. I kind of do double talk and say we can be specifically general or generally specific. So here we are, you know, allowing all issues, all unresolved issues, known and unknown, that are no longer relevant, no longer needing or serving any useful positive purpose on any aspect of who we are. The freedom for neutralizing, for shifting in whatever way is wanted and needed, and your higher self knows what that is. And allowing all levels of memory to be addressed. This is a one-stop shopping that with our quantum selves, everything is present right here, right now in informational patterns of energy. And so we're allowing then everything and anything that is unnecessarily interfering with us physically, perhaps emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sometimes financially, always relationships, because everything's related. It's all entangled. It's all connected. It's all one. And so then addressing all the levels of memory, if we want to go linear, your whole life, every microsecond of your life, going all the way back to when you popped into the world, all the time you swam around inside, drinking up your mama's soup, right to the moment of conception and beyond all the ancestral memory of your DNA. It's in your collective field. And then all the soul memory, past, present, concurrent parallel, future, all collapse into this freshness, precious moment of this moment, which is all we ever have, the power of now, be here now. All the great spiritual masters know it's all about presence. So this just allows us to be present in a new level of freedom, free to choose again. Ah, isn't that cool? We get to always choose again. And so now all the galactic memory, we know something of that, whatever that means to you individually. There's lots of doo-doo in that field. And then also the greater cosmic field of wholeness. We're opening the door really, really wide because we're that big, we're that expensive. Alrighty then. So now we go into some agreements. So are we allowing all of our multidimensional selves to be coherently realigned around that next level of expression of our grandest, most magnificent self, free and clear of what's no longer relevant, strong and healthy, happy for no reason, ridiculously joyful, having passion and purpose with your gifts starting to bubble up and inspire you and get creative and collaborate and come together in community. Like, how sweet is this? This is the time that we're all here for. And so now bringing all of our energies together into this next level, we're going to go into some agreements. And these are agreements that you're making with your higher self and your superconscious level and the all of everything that is. I don't do anything to you or for you. I developed the system that allows you to catalyze and activate your own self direct in that vertical way, so that when you travel along, you do so with greater ease and grace. I've heard those words tonight too. And so here we are. Are you choosing to allow? And remember, the only answer is yes. This is all predisposed to yes, but somebody's got to ask the question. They're pretty obvious questions. And so are you choosing to allow all of this to unfold into the next level of your greater expression of wholeness and freedom to be more of yourself than ever before in all the best ways? To allow all this to unfold in the safest and most appropriate way for you and all concerned at all times? Yes. And are you choosing greater ease and gentleness than you ever thought possible? I mean, haven't we been in the struggle zone for all this time? What if we can then all of a sudden shift into a different paradigm where it doesn't have to be so hard and allow openness to that next potential? Who knows? Let's go see. And are you allowing effortless grace to guide the way to instant and permanent shift for what's ready? And that's all the stuff that's no longer serving any useful positive purpose on any aspect. And so now allowing the part of you that's open to something different being possible in a different way than what we're used to also be in charge? Yes. And are you allowing the part of you that's ready to be more of who you truly are, free to express your compassion, your tolerance, your love, your joy, all the gifts of spirit? This is the truth of us. And then from that platform, we get to really play, our evolutionary codes and, start to create, all of these incredible miracles that then automatically start to express. That's could be really fun. And so now allowing the part of you that is saying yes to all of this, that's open to going to see what's possible, to also be in charge. And there's one last question. Oh, there was another one I missed, and that is allowing the part of us, effortless grace for instant and permanent for what's ready, and for what may not be ready, to trust that we are on this journey and everything is unfolding in its own time, in its own way, with different experiences of different modalities and different ways of being in that bigger picture that we don't have yet. And so trusting at a deeper level that all is always well. And now one last question, and that is are you choosing to allow the part of you that knows how the heck to go do all this beyond your conscious mind, beyond your ability to even track consciously, or need to think or do or make anything happen in this moment. And beyond your body's need to act anything out. So this is beyond awareness. This is beyond the conscious mind. This is beyond the body's need to act anything out unnecessarily, because everything is in our field and our body is like radio receiving the signals. So we're addressing the signals and neutralizing the signals, transforming them, shifting them somehow, releasing what's no longer serving our greater good automatically and effortlessly from our quantum reality in the vertical aspect of our spiritual beingness. Yes, yes, yes. And allowing now that part of you beyond your awareness to go play in that great mystery where everything is available, everything is present. Exactly. Yes, yes, and yes again. And now there's nothing to do and everything to allow. And so as we allow all of our higher self and our quantum reality beyond time, beyond space, and beyond the beyond of effort, then everything is magically shifting. And oh my goodness, this next few days, the next week, pay attention, because it will be so incredibly amazing what happens for you. And so now just taking a moment to be present somewhere that's lovely. Actually, this is the end of IRT, and we actually like experience. So let's give ourselves the experience of being present somewhere in a happy place or peaceful. There's no time for a quick nap. That's sometimes an option because we're out of our head and into our heart. And just notice how deeply and how quickly this takes you into those next levels of relaxation, of allowing. And just be present and know I am. And be aware of your heart centers as you breathe in and out from all directions to all directions, through your breath, through your heart, filling up your heart with love and gratitude for all the beautiful healers and the energies and everyone in the audience, all of us in our morphic field here together that creates such an uplifted frequency. Just breathing it in and being still and knowing I am. And as we breathe in and out with our heart filled with gratitude, with love, with appreciation, choose a spot somewhere. We're going to create a sort of like an anchor and a chemical memory in the brain, which is associative condition. So, we can choose wherever we want. The heart is nice, isn't it? Tongue in the roof of your mouth if you're busy with your hands a lot. But choose wherever you want. There's no wrong spot. And so as you notice and you're present with that touch and the feeling of deeper relaxation and perhaps lightness, expansiveness, whatever it is, breathing in and out, 360 with all those beautiful feelings of gratitude and love and appreciation. And now you're all well marinated, live streaming, multiply streaming. And I invite you into 5 deeper breaths to create a new program of wholeness, new frequency of greater freedom to be more of yourself than ever before. So as you touch your spot, you're just breathing in. And as you breathe out, just let your hands drop or your tongue, wherever you are. The next in-breath, touch again. And breathing out, letting go. 3 more times on your own rhythm. Breathing in, touching. Breathing out, letting go. And why 5? 5, subconscious gets something the first time it's a bit different or a lot different. And it goes, what? How did that happen? And how long is it going to last? And the next second and third time, it gets received and acknowledged on the logical and emotional sides of the brain 4th is greater integration, and it's really nice little platform to jump up and down in balance. And at 5, oh my gosh, 5, we all know about 5, everyone here on the call. 5 is the 5th dimension. 5 is the 5th element that scientists ascribe to ether, to consciousness. 5 is the equilateral triangle, sacred geometry. 5 is the planet Venus, the number of love. 5 is the honeycomb, the perfect building block of nature. We can go on and on about 5. 5 is beautiful. Yeah, 5. I like that, Omashar. Thanks. I love it. Yes, exactly. The 5-pointed star, the Vitruvian Man, and the Merkaba. All these different geometries all intersect and connect. So yes, that short video is also on my website, and it's a young man that had a brief experience with me and loved it so much, wanted to share it with the world. So unbeknownst to me, he actually created a little video with sound and with all my words taken from my book. Oh yeah, there's my website. Thanks, Scott. And there's just a little video there. I built the site myself, so I'm not terribly techie, so you have to kind of press on the buttons to make it go. But there you go. Who do you think you are? Are you only human? And if you go down a little bit more, yep. See January 2023 programs. We started one today that happened at 12 called Essential IRT, that has also an experience with information. However, the one starting next week is 5 Saturdays alternating every other week, is Be Michelangelo, and it's pure experience, no talking. Can you believe that for me? And no teaching. We just gather in silence, and we have a group experience, then come back in silence. And I've pre-prepared people with an evolutionary protocol of the IRT, where we focus on all of our spiritual beingness, and then allow everything automatically to just dissolve away that's not the truth of us, automatically and effortlessly. And so it's a fast track. It's the time of the quickening. And so it takes everything and puts it into a quantum potential of the all of everything that is ready to wake up and ready to be shifted in order to be more of our greater selves. So yes, thank you so much for the time spontaneously to be here. As I say, my middle name is I just happen to be there, and I'm so grateful for you, Scott, for your receptivity, and Jennifer, to allow me to party crash your
It's not a party crash. It's like I said, it's all the same. We're all in this together.
We're having a party, right? We're having a party. So that's what I love.